The zone, and now it's Dax in for the steal on the Elder Dragon!
Tizza might have something to say about it though. The grand entrance shockwave is gonna catch two, and it's gonna end with the
It's a little bit too late, too soon.
Hello and welcome back to another week of OBL League of Legends. Let me get rid of this old draft. Still just waiting on the players to send through the new one for me. Hopefully they get that one sent through shortly. It is going to be Mental Asylum versus Murdoch University tonight. Great match to have on stream for sure. Neither of these have been featured yet, so it'll be nice to see some new players on the Rift. Obviously not new players to some of us. Most of the guys have been around for a while now in the community, and yeah, there'll be definitely a few recognizable names in there. Might just be a couple of minutes till we get there though, as I'm still waiting to get added to the lobby as well right now. But that's fine, because you know what? There is just a lot to talk about today. I mean, what a day for sport, right? What a day for Australian sport. I mean, who else watched, the World Cup today and got to see Australia 2-0 over Turkey? That was a result. That was a good time. I mean, just in general, four soccer matches today is an absolute. We've been spoiled. That's free to air, by the way, on SBS broadcast, in case anybody's wondering and wants to watch that. Australia, we might even make it out of the groups now with that performance. That'll be fun. That'll be good. And we had final game for the NBA finals. I know there's a few NBA enjoyers in here. I definitely wanted the Knicks to win overall. Personally, though, big fan of Game 7s, so I might have been wanting the Spurs to at least, put up a better fight for the next two games to get that Knicks win, because I just think that it would be even better for the Knicks to win in Game 7, more legendary for the run. Yeah, probably as soon as it hits round of 32 after group stage, yeah, likely we'll be up against Argentina, or Brazil, England or something, and then get done for. Luckily though, I'm also British, so I can just pivot to supporting England as soon as we get to the round of 16 probably, and then go from there. But in saying that, Socceroos, they've got a pretty much entire new talent pool that they're fielding this World Cup instead of last time. So honestly, it's kind of hard to predict how they will perform if they keep up the level they're at right now. Who knows what they could do? I mean, their goalies top tier. At least the performance today was. And yep. Otherwise, just still waiting for the lobby to come through. And for anybody else who's got multiple monos on right now, T1 versus Gen G on right now to qualify for the MSI. That's a banger series going on. Lots of games tonight for sure. This is the 5th week now for the OBL. While we wait for this, I might just bring up the, let's see. Let's look at the Div 1 standings. Once I minimize that while I wait. For week 5. Let's make some predictions for this, alright? So see. Predictions for this one. We've got Old and Washed versus Mr. 100 Fan Club. Probably, probably gonna give it to Old and Washed on that one. I mean, they've been playing super well. Only undefeated team, so I think they can probably keep that streak going. I think Pirafani Aegean take it against Do Not Redeem 2. But I think Do Not Redeem 2 take it against Pirafani Esports Gaming. I think Coven Syndicate are going to take it against Jeff's Choice. And actually, to be fair, Pirafani Aegean, we might get to catch some of that game tonight. Because they are starting their match at 8 p.m. Okay. Let's join the lobby quickly. Okay, cool. Looks like it. Yeah. All right. And we are in the lobby. So that is there we go. And we are okay. Received a link as well too. That's great. We are onto it. Let's get rid of that image over there. We don't need that one. And let's bring up the draft. And make it visible. Great. Okay, we are good to go. So, as I said, it is Mental Asylum versus Murdoch University today. We're going to get the... So, Mental Asylum are on blue side. Murdoch University are on red side. The first band is going to be the Kindred, and then Caitlin Response. So, MU trying to limit MA's champ pool. A lot of M's. MAMU. Make them way around those letters today. Let's see. Okay. So for the side of Mental Asylum, it's SK Knight in the top lane. Not Coity playing jungle. Boosted Animal. Oh no, sorry. Boosted Animal playing jungle. Cadence mid lane. Kingsley bot lane. And Not Coity support. For the side of Murdoch University, they've got a few more players listed, but let's see if I can figure this one out. All right. See, I've been too busy watching all the sport today to actually learn anything about these players. It is. I'm just gonna go Sav in the top lane. We've got Zinc in the jungle. Cloud mid lane. Ecstatic bot lane, and Danny Yu in support. Obviously, I think biggest lane matchup of this game is going to be the mid lane between Cadence and Cloud. Both these players are super good, and a lot of their game will revolve around how they lead their team and perform. The first pickups are going to be Karma, Vi, and Nautilus, so that's the supports out of the way. MU are looking for a lot of lockdown on their draft so far with the Nautilus hooks, the Vi cease and desist, sorry. Even stuff like Vault Breaker's got such a low cooldown. It's just easy knockups. Ezreal and Xinjiao are the responses to it. Xinjiao makes a lot of sense. Good disengage as well too, if the Vi Nautilus does engage on him. that that should keep Zinc a bit safer. Misfortune, great pickup, a great follow-up ADC pick. When the engage does come on out, like if I can get that cease and desist on the backline of MA, knock up everybody on the way, as well as the Nautilus ultimate, and then Vi layers the bullet time on top of that, that's just going to be a lot of damage coming out. And our final bans are Renekton and Ahri. So again, as I said, I think mid lane is the most contested lane in this matchup. Both will be looking to have the last picks, I imagine, for the draft. Is why we are not seeing them come out yet. If we look at some champ pools, Cloud on that Ahri, on that Syndra, is just brutal. And as such, the Syndra and Ahri have been banned. After that, we do see some Ryze as well, some Lissandra. Those could be up, and looks like Ryze might be that pick. Does mean Cadence gets to respond here. Or they could just pick top lane as well too. Doesn't matter too much. Banth Way could be a Victor maybe. Victor, Talia. They're just going to pick top lane first. So SK Knight's going to grab the Cassante. Still, again, just a lot of disengaged potential from Mental Asylum. On Murdoch University's draft, Cassante can go all out on a target and take them all out of the fight. Cassiopeia is going to be the answer from Cadence into this Ryze. That is going to be the matchup. Both these champs do a lot of damage, and they also continue to do a lot of damage throughout the game as well. Depending on how long it is, they both do well in those longer games. And it's going to be Ambessa. So they are going to give their final pick over to the top lane from Murdoch University. That is going to CSAV. If he does lock in Ambessa. And he does. Good pick. Especially into the Cassante as well too. Cassante likely just going to be stacking a bit of armor for the first couple items. And Ambessa does a great job at getting rid of the armor. She has a lot of stride value, especially on her ultimate. And Black Cleaver works great on her kit as well too. So yeah, that's that draft done. Looking at this, both comps are fairly standard in terms of drafting at a high level in League of Legends. There is a bit more of a front line or back to front for Mental Asylum, especially with that Cassante and the Zinjao sustain when he's got that Crescent Guard up. And so hopefully we'll let Ezreal just Kingslay on the Ezreal Free Fire, as long as he can hit those skill shots, as Ezreal's quite the skill shot dependent ADC. But these players are all very, very good players. I'm sure he's hit a lot of good Ezreal skill shots in the past and will have no issue doing it again. Kingsley himself, currently Diamond player. And so, yeah, our players are just going through the 20 draft stage now. So, should be a few more minutes until we get into game. If anybody watching has any early predictions, any early comments as to what they think is going to happen, or has anything they want me to talk about, or questions, let me know in the chat. If my audio is bad as well, let me know. Just me on tonight. So I will be taking everybody through all games. It's a best of 3 fearless between these two teams. The bracket is the 2-2 bracket. So both these teams have got 2 wins, 2 losses. Important note for anybody who hasn't checked or hasn't heard about the updated Swiss bracket, for Murdoch University. They were previously incorrectly listed as 1 on 3, but the team they played last week, we have confirmed did have somebody bringing in a Smurf to play that series, and has subsequently been banned. Well, the Smurf has. And the loss was rescinded, and they've been given a win instead. I forget which team it was. I could go look. Yeah, so 2-2, it's even. See a lot of people saying this is a do or die match, because if you were looking to make the top 8 bracket, you pretty much need to win this one. You definitely really want to win this one. So these teams will be putting a lot of effort into this. Just like Australia was in the World Cup. Maybe they'll take a bit of inspiration from that. And do their team proud. In other notes, T1 has just gone 2-1 up over Gen G in their best of 5. So that is also quite interesting. Oh, the heater was on. Started feeling very hot in here for a second. Okay, still just gonna wait out the spectator delay. Early first blood predictions. Probably got to be on the MF and Nautilus. I think they do have the lane advantage early on, which is with the Make It Rain slows from MF, and the potential for engage from the Nautilus. Karma not as engagey of a champ, but obviously does provide a lot more team boosts throughout the game. I reckon first blood will be going to Murdoch University, which is oh, 2.5 minutes on that spectator delay. Thank everybody for bearing with us as we have a slight delay, just slightly delay on the start of this one. I've been costed myself for a minute, a little bit, you know. I feel like I don't have anyone to bounce off now. No one to talk to. Just talking to myself instead. What? Old and washed forfeit. Well, never mind. Looks like Old and Washed are gonna cop their first loss, as they have apparently forfeited, is what I am hearing. So Mr. 100 fan club is gonna take the win there. Interesting. Wonder what happened. Feels like a late forfeit. You know, usually if players can't make it, we know well beforehand. It's a shame. That would have been a really good match as well too. So Mr. 100 fan club are gonna, well, with that, they do tie now. They are gonna tie with Old and Washed for that 4-1. That's gonna create quite a few 4-1s. We're gonna have 5 4-1 teams at the end of the night. A lot of 4-1 teams, because of course it is Do Not Redeem 2 versus Parafani Aegean, Parafani Esports Gaming versus Do Not Redeem. Chef's Choice and Cove Syndicate are also all 3-1. So 3 of those teams will go up, and 3 of those teams will go down. "15 seconds left on the spectator delay, guys, and then we'll be all good to go." Hope everybody's having an amazing Sunday and it's got a good week lined up ahead of them. All right. Let's get into this game. Oh, damn it.
Trying to find the zone, and now it's Daxon for the steal on the Elder Dragon!
Tizza might have something to say about it though. The grand entrance shockwave is gonna catch two, and he's gonna annihilate the
background. It's a little bit too late, too soon.
Alright. I accidentally forgot to change the scene transition on that one, but that's okay. Still a phenomenal video coming out of Corey on that. We do love to see it. Alright, I've got everything set up correctly. That is a good sign. Perfect. We can get into this then. Let me get my Control-Shift-Z to zoom. I'll do my best at observing the game as well too. And look at that. Director camera already knows to focus on that Cadence and Cloud matchup. See if my early predictions for Ecstatic and Danny Yu come to fruition up against Kingsley and Not Cordy. That we almost had the exact same starting items bought by every player, except the jungle pets. Zinja is going to take the blue, is it Gust Walker? Gust Walker Hatchling. And then Vi is picking up the Moth Dumper instead. Early trading from Cadence and Cloud, both want to get that lane prior to set the tone for the rest of the match. And now Jungler is starting the same side as also. How's my sound? Looks okay. Boost Animal is going to show up on screen. Vi will know where he is. SK Knight just going to try to proxy early up against this Ambessa. Ambessa does have quite a strong first item spike. Might struggle a little bit before that does come in. And Cassante will be looking to take advantage of that. SK Knight, another key player for the side of Mental Asylum. Zinc early onto the boosted animal. Might have stepped up too far, has to flash away. And there's going to be first blood over to Cloud on the rise. Has to flash out just to quit from Cadence. Cadence does find the kill. Cadence is going to pay for it though, as Kingsley and Not Cordy came up to help, but they might just come up to die instead. Yep, that's the flash out from... Who flashed there? Oh yeah, Zinc flashed there, sorry. To try to get that final shot, and does take out Kingsley. So that is that's some early kills. Early kills indeed, going over to Murdoch University. I just think that Boosted Animal didn't have to step up there and try to greed into Zinc's jungle. Zinc knew he was already on that side of the map because he showed mid lane. So I'm not too sure why that was a decision they made. The end result is Murdoch University are going to get a slight gold lead of K already at 4 minutes, and probably going to get double Scuttle Crab as well. DSav just trying to CS in the face of this Cassante. You know, when you're playing Ambessa, it's rough when you have such a small window to use your abilities, and then they're all gone for, you know, 5 seconds or so. And you can see just still getting chunked under tower right now. Already down 10 CS. Definitely a struggle. Gonna take the early recall. And Cloud is in danger here, potentially. Does not have the flash, does still have... Oh, doesn't have the ghost either. Sorry, does just walk away from the poison of the snake venom. But is walking into the wrong jungle, unfortunately. They're going to send 2 down to take care of him. With Cassante deciding he's not needed, which is probably the right decision. Didn't need to, you know, put 2 members down there onto it. Maybe just wanted the assist. It wasn't worth the effort. Temptet Dragon is up. Both have supports. Just trying to clear a bit of vision. And, you know, this Vi has got to have prio on this Drake. They've got to push in bot lane. And yeah, Vi's going to go in for it. Up 20 CS, almost. Got a bit better items as well, too, on the first back compared to boosted animal. Sav trading a little bit better now that he's got the pickaxe. Bit more damage. SK Knight's going to have to be careful in here. Got the Qs, but he's going to have to go back to his tower pretty soon, as those Qs from Mbessa are going to be up in just a second. Oh, there's the ultimate. Gets buffered by SK Knight's Q, puts him under the tower, has to flash out. Wow. What sequence. That was some great tech coming out of SK Knight to just mitigate the public execution from Mbessa. Still has his ultimate as well too. That was some good play. Meanwhile, the dragon did go over to Murdoch University while that was happening. And Grubs haven't even spawned yet. That means that they're going to be able to challenge Grubs after getting the dragon. That is always a great feeling as a jungler. You just feel so on tempo when you can do that. Danny, you left alone in lane. And SK Knight feeling a little bit better now. He's got the flash and ult advantage onto this Ambessa. Hook does come out from Danny Yu. And Cadence he's stepped up, does get rooted by Cloud. Decent assist from the Vi. Cadence is going to have to use the ult to try to escape. Does look like Cadence is going to get out there. Nope, not enough. Present guard from the Zinjao. Boosted Animal is going to try to get Cloud as compensation. But Cloud is running away and is not going to die. Wow, that must have been like 2 health. I don't even think that was double digits. That was very close. One more water attack would have done it. Not Coity is just gonna walk into Zinc and have to flash out. Bullet time from Ecstatic is gonna get him real low, and Flash Auto does finish it off. There's kills all around in this Div 1 game tonight. T-Sab thinking he's got the advantage again, but we saw what happened last time. That Ambessa decided that she wanted to make a difference in the top lane. Yeah, still a 1k gold lead right now for the side of Murdoch University. It's going too quick for me to even talk about anything right now. There's too much happening. Grubs are up, boosted animals in the area. Zinc's recalling, not too sure if they know about it though, as I don't seem to have any vision on that side of the jungle. T-Sav has got the public execution again. Could be looking to potentially put a bit more pressure here onto SK Knight. Oh, is it just S-Knight or Sky or Knight? Because, you know, you could spell Knight. I don't know. I'm going to keep going SK Knight though. Sounds cleaner of a name. And yes, Boost Animal will take the boy grubs. As just as Zinc finds out about it. The dredge lines go between the players. Flash in from Danny Yu. He's gonna ult onto Kingsley. Kingsley has the flash and barrier, but it's gonna probably die anyway. One more attack from Ecstatic, but Ecstatic decides to focus on Not Coity instead. Does take out the Karma. I reckon they could have got a double kill there though. Anyway, it looks like it's gonna get cleaned up by Cadence. That is a hungry snake in a bot lane. And yes, Cadence is gonna end up with the double kill. That's a important double kill for the side of Mental Asylum. They need something to work out their way. Boost and Animal trying to save some of Cadence's plates in the meantime. Oh, Cadence does his job of ganking. CSAV is back into this, you know, pushing a lane onto SK Knight. Maybe a bit scared now to try that public execution on him after seeing what happened last time. Does a lot of damage. So, yep, it's gonna be sidestep though. You knew that was coming if you were SK Knight. I mean, that ult would have actually executed the Cassante if it did hit. And yeah, Not Coity just kind of leaving Kingsley on this Israel alone for quite a bit of this game so far. That's fine because, you know, Kingsley's, you know, he's keeping up great CS right now and managed to not die previously by Ecstatic and Danny Yu. Dragon's up. It's gonna be everybody's here as engage onto Danny Yu, who just gets 100 to 0'd. Zink and Cloud are here though. Present Guard by the Xinjiao is used. This fight is very split up though, as Zink does take out the Xinjiao, so it's going to be Dragon over to Murdoch University. They're going to go 2 Dragons to O, and Abessa's just going to teleport back up and continue to grab the wave. While Cassante just walks. SK Knight had teleport available. Just decided to walk down instead and not use it. I would have imagined he would have matched TPs with Ambessa when he saw what was happening. Ult out onto this Cloud gonna have to try to get away. Does manage to get away. Great pressure from Cadence so far. Trying to stack that Rod of Ages as C7 is trying to get more damage onto SK Knight. However, does have the Iceborne, is it Iceborne Gauntlet? I think Iceborne Fist, Frozen Fist, you know the one. Gonna give some armor and slows though. Meanwhile, CSAV still waiting on that first item to come through. Trying to get a bit of damage up. Push that Ambessa off the wave. He's going to get the recall to come through. No TP, so it's going to take the long way back into lane. And Zink on this Vi is going to be a problem right now. 4-0 and 3. He's having a great time. Just a great time. Some junglers are homeless, but you know, Zink, he's a land investor. He's got all the land. Arcane shift out of there from Kingsley. He knows something's up. Oh, flash hook from Danny Yu is gonna grab this Ezreal. That's I was gonna say Kingsley might be in trouble, but does get out again. He might get away with this, as nope, doesn't quite. Boost Animal's gonna try to clean up though. Zink, oh, just procs and the heal and manages to clean up again. It was the advantage there initially for Mental Asylum, as the Nautilus was the first to be taken down. the combination of Ecstatic and Zinc just a little too strong. Now mid laners are in the bot lane, bit of rotations coming out. Top lane, still no kills though. Just a lot of little trades, but now we are getting pings all across the map. We're gonna get some jungle action as well. Zinc, yeah, he wants that buff. He's gonna get it. You can see the little blue highlights around them. No kills gonna come from it. The Mountain Soul. Mental Asylum, they would love a Mountain Soul. That would that would do very nicely for them in their comp. But it is also very, very good for Murdoch University as well. You've got the W shielding already on that Ambessa, so that shield is going to be massive for a couple Mountain Drakes. Rise will get tanky slowly once that row is stacks up, and then Zinc's got the green jungle pet, so that's a lot of shields all across for everybody's. Someone is going to have to buy Serpent's Fang, sorry, on Mental Asylum. Boost animal, he either wants Cloud or he wants that blue buff. Doesn't like getting his own jungle stolen, wants to get something back for it. Isn't going to though. This Vi still just a little bit too strong. Vault Breaker over the wall, cease and assist, and there's that bullet time layering on the CC from Murdoch University, and they're going to clean this one up fine. Teleport in from the Ambessa, as well as the public execution, is going to make it 3-0 in that fight, and the third Drake is going to go to Murdoch. Kingsley trying to do a bit of damage out, but Ecstatic takes nothing. That Bloodthirster doing so much work. That's disgusting. How much healing that Misfortune was getting with that pickup. Wow. And it's not going well right now for the side of Mental Asylum. They don't have many answers to the damage output that Murdoch University, well, is outputting. This MF is 7-1-4. This got the Infinity Edge completed as well too. Infinity Edge wasn't even completed for that fight. That was just pure BF Sword and Bloodthirster. 2 items from everybody but the Ambessa right now. And the supports, of course. I mean, you could count maybe 2 items if you count the support quest being completed. Even more shielding as the Nautilus picks up Locket of Iron. Is it Solari? Cadence trying to put pressure on the Ambessa. See, what's our individual gold looking like? Yep, as I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it's the only lead right now for Mental Asylum is Cadence on that Cassiopeia. Everybody else is a little bit behind. Casante's even though. But the jungle is 3k different. Oh, Root under tower does come onto Cadence. He's gonna be okay though. Cloud does go down. Flash out from the boosted animal to avoid taking the ramped up tower shots, and did have to expend the ultimate. Decent assist onto this Cassante. That's going to take away a lot of those resistances. And Ecstatics is in the area and firing as well. Flash dredge line from the Nautilus is going to land again. And that is the 8th kill going over to Ecstatic. You'll be ecstatic about that. Cadence going to get the first turret of the game for Mental Asylum. Actually, just first turret of the game overall. Surprising with the advantage that Murdoch University have, they haven't actually managed to get one of those yet. It does look like CSAV is working on it though, in that bot lane. Danny Yu is in the bush, he's in the area. He's going to want to land another anchor. A little bit of poke onto Ecstatic. Haven't seen that too much. But that Bloodthirster is just going to heal it right back. And yeah, that damage is not going to stay for long. Cadence going to get dove on here. Teleport is coming in, and there's the ultimate onto Zinc. Zinc could be in trouble, but it's just the karma, unfortunately. Ambessa is going to try to escape by cease and desist onto the karma. Isn't going to in the end. Wind becomes lightning from the Xinjiao is going to finish it off. And that's a great little double kill on a super greedy dive onto the only fed member of Mental Asylum. It wasn't a force they needed to do. I think they just felt a lot of pressure to get that turret. I mean, they get one in the top lane anyway, though. Kingsley's low. Sorry. Xinjiao thinking about going in. Doesn't. Make it rain. It's going to stop the back. And again, that's another turret being picked up by Cadence. Cassiopeia, yeah, you know, it's quickly gone up to 2.5k gold lead. And the overall gold lead has diminished quite a bit right now. They're going to even out turrets though. Still a winnable game state for both teams. A couple bounties went over. Most notably the buy bounty on that failed tower dive earlier. Cadence again just leading the team and gonna push this mid tower. Get a few plates from it. I've got the dragon up in 45 seconds. This is not a dragon that Mental Asylum can afford to give over. The true shot barrage from Kingsley isn't really going to do much at all. Boosted animal trying to go into this Vi. The chains land, well, root lands from Karma. We do have 3 items now online for the Cassiopeia, which is definitely feeling good. They want this turret, but the cease and assist is going to go on to Kingsley, and the layering again. Wind becomes lightning onto Ecstatic is not going to become anything. CSAV is in the area just twirling those Drake hounds around, and is going to get so many members down low. Cadence is trying to do it all, but he can't do it all himself. The triple kill for the MF, and the Karma is alone and running. The Karma cannot do much though. They stepped up a bit too much. And that's going to be the Mountain Soul now for Murdoch University. And that gold lead that Mental Asylum had worked so hard to diminish is just gonna appear again. And it's back to a almost 6k gold lead. It's unfortunate. They had done so well for the last 5 minutes, and then they just all decided to group up right in front of the tower. And that's one thing that MF is looking for, and that is a group of players and a group of targets that Ecstatic can, well, make it rain on. And rain it does. 11, 1, and 4 on this MF. Both mid lanes have got that stacked Rod of Ages now. Potentially gonna try to come onto Zinc here. But the MF is in the area. This is not the right idea, and not coy to just get blown up so quickly. Yep, not gonna last much longer for the boosted animal. SK Knight is gonna try to go all out onto this Zinc. Doesn't actually use it. Zinc's gonna run away though. Does manage to Vault Breaker out of there. And this fight is too split up for Mental Asylum to do anything about. And it's gonna be Baron over to Murdoch University. All they lose is their support, and that's a trade they'll take every time. Now, 12-1-7 for Ecstatic. Maybe I was wrong when I said that this is going to be a battle of the mid lane. It is looking to be Ecstatic diff. This Ezreal was not the pick. It's not doing any of the damage it needs to. And I don't think that Kingsley's going to start doing any more damage anytime soon either. And especially with the shielding that is present on Murdoch University. I mean, need I say it again? Nautilus has a locket. Vi has the Moss Stomper green jungle pet, and Ambessa's got the W shield dash thing. These health bars are just augmented with white extra ticks, extra measurements of health. Call them units. Now this pushed in Baron, they're gonna look to, you know, push all 3 lanes at once. Why not? They've got C7 in the top lane, Cloud in the mid lane, and 3 in the bottom lane. Zink's gonna Vault Breaker in, and cease and desist again. Layers for a boost for Ents. Ecstatic to get that make it rain on. The Crescent Guard is not gonna guard the Xinjiao enough. A True Shot Barrage is not much of a barrage, and it's, you know, 1 down for Mental Asylum and none down for Murdoch University. They're going to take this turret. Meanwhile, Ambessa's going to take the inhibitor in the top lane. No one is answering this Ambessa at all. Yeah, no one's answering it. The hook does not connect from Danny, but that's fine. Probably not going to get this bot lane turret. They seem to care more about this one turret than their inhibitor. Maybe Cadence is going to come up and try to answer into this Ambessa, but it's not enough and it's too late. The bottom inhibitor is going to go down very quick. They're looking for this top tower as well. Ecstatic just thinks that he can just tank the tower shots. Who cares that he's the ADC? Cease and assist again onto this Karma. What? Boost Animal gets exploded instantly. It has no Crescent Guard. And there's just so much damage for Murdoch University and no damage for the side of Mental Asylum. This is game over. This is game over indeed. Murdoch University are, yeah, they're gonna take this. Ecstatic has got full health and flashing in to take out Ezreal. Cadence is just by himself right now, and that is, you know, just one snake. And Murdoch University take the first game. It's a short, controlled game for them. Super composed. Well, pretty composed. They had 2 moments like in the entire game where they overstepped majorly. But other than that, super clean game from them. They played out their game plan so well. I mean, I saw it in draft, so I'm sure it's what they were going for. I mean, it's what they did. Like, the Ambessa was ulting the back line. Zink was ulting the back line, knocking everybody up. Nautilus was knocking everybody up. And Ecstatic was, well, bullet timing. And there was time for a lot of bullets in this series so far. Yeah, Murdoch University gonna take that first game. Let's update the score and look at that damage. It is just all onto Ecstatic. 39, 632. Cadence did his best on that. Cassiopeia still individual gold lead and a good KDA. Not enough to overcome everything else though. We'll see if they can turn it around for a second game. That's what Mental Asylum we're looking for, at least. If they can, yeah. It would have been okay if Ecstatic wasn't so good last game. I expect to see a few more bans against him. I mean, if we look at last game's bans, They didn't ban a single ADC. So if I am Mental Asylum, I am probably going to change that formula for the next draft. Because they don't want a repeat of that. Yeah. I mean, they definitely do not want a repeat of that. Anything interesting happening elsewhere in the league? No, the game's coming through yet. Alright. Okay, well, so far Mental Asylum are just similar bans, with the Kindred gonna get done first here. Same with Murdoch University taking away the Caitlyn. Let's take a look at Ecstatic's champ pool. That is point of interest so far. Ecstatic. Ash as well. Sivir, Yanara. Play anything. They're gonna pick up the Orianna for Cloud, and Cloud did have a good game. I mean, the lane into Cassiopeia wasn't easy, but he made you know, pretty good game out of it. I mean, with the support from the Vi is very, and you can always just cease and desist and then get the root. I don't know the ability from the Rise on it. Wukong and J4 are going to be the junglers of choice. Again, another set of very standard junglers coming out. Wukong, not always a good response from the J4. You can clone out of the Cataclysm. Varus is going to be choice for Kingsley. I reckon it's an easier champ to play than the Ezreal is. Take a look at Kingsley's pool. Yeah, obviously a really good Caitlyn player. Varus is up there as well too. Not too sure why they're not putting any priority on Senna or Ashe for him though. Or, it looks like two champs that he plays a lot of and would be good on. Oh, they did ban the Senna actually. Okay. Maybe they are no, they banned the Senna. Never mind. I mean, Ecstatic is just a really good center player. And there's that Sivir. Did mention that one. Renekton's going to get picked up here. That'll be going for the top lane of MA, which was SK Knight. Decent Cassante game. Just like he did a good job at frontlining in a lot of fights. Managed to stay alive for long enough, but there was not enough follow-up damage at all. The Renekton was banned last time, so happy to have a go on it. Cinder is going to be banned again against Cadence. Still looking for a relatively late pick in the draft, hoping to get an advantage in lane. Jen and Ornn bans those will be against, well, top lane for MU, and the Cinder Cadence are bans against MA. The way going to be picked up. Another great champ for Cadence. Just a lot of control, like the Cassiopeia. Gragas could be the play here. And it is going to be the play here. Gragas is a fun champ. I'm very unfamiliar with the Gragas Renekton matchup. It's a response pick though, so I'm assuming that at least CSAV thinks it's the right response to a Renekton and thinks it's going to be a good good pick into it. And the Alistair and the Silas. Again, the support for Murdoch University opting for something that is not an enchanter. The Silas support would have been interesting. It's going to be Thresh instead, though. That rounds out the final picks for everybody. Okay. Again, another, I think, Murdoch Uni, they've got a similar draft. Oh, let me update the score on this. My bad, people. That is completely my fault. Murdoch University got one. I should have seen that sooner. Murdoch University have got a bit more standard front to back. The Gragasan Alistair. I mean, Alistair will become pretty hard to kill, assuming he doesn't just fall off the planet. Can always use the Iron Will to stay relevant in a team fight. The Gragas is going to be able to move players around in a lot of areas. You know, he's got the, I don't know what it's called. He can shove them around with his massive stomach, or he can pop the casket and blow everybody backwards. Wukong as well has got the knock up on the Cyclone. And Yunara's got the Shockwave. Yeah, a lot of CC in some aspects. But now I'm saying that, I'm not too sure. Well, I suppose you'd be looking for a Shockwave in the Gragas, because you don't want to knock everyone back and then try to Shockwave. The Shockwave range isn't that big. And Sivir wants her targets pretty close together as well too for the ricochets. And Wukong for the Cyclone. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I feel like I would have rather had a Rel here instead of an Alistair for the Magnet Storm. And just the grouping that Rel provides instead of the Alistair, because I think that the Alistair as well too in the Sivir is going to be a super weak early game. Like, that is not a fun early bot lane for Murdoch University this time. And last game they had a great early lane advantage on that MF. But the Varus and Thresh are going to be much stronger this time. Which is good. I'm happy that Mental Asylum have put together a draft that is going to feel better for their ADC and support. And Sivir does scale, so does the Orianna as well. They do have the Way though, which will do a lot of damage as well too as the game goes. So it's not an outright scaling difference at all. I think maybe favors Murdoch University a little bit more with the Orianna plus Sivir. But I'm just worried that the Sivir is not gonna. I mean, Ecstatic, he had a great game one. So if he can do it again in game two, that would be phenomenal for him. But it's whether or not he can. I think, yeah, Zinc's gonna have to pull out some high level jungling on this Wukong and put a lot of priority on that bot lane if MU want to have the same game state that they got to enjoy last time. Just got the spectator delay now. Another 2.5 minutes. And then we'll be good to go. It ticks over to spectator delay. There we go. 2.5 minutes. Starting now. Okay, so it's unfortunate. Looks like, yeah, one of the players for Old and Washed did have to pull out at the last second. So they weren't able to play tonight. Unfortunate. What do I think the first blood's going to be this game? I think it is going to be... Well, I guessed it was going to be Murdoch University last time. I was wrong on who got it. They definitely did get the first blood. So I'm going to go Mental Asylum this time. I think Jarvan's going to get the first blood. I think Beast will get it. Beast will get it on the J4. That is my early prediction. How's Lucid versus ZBD going? Wow. I open up the stream to get ads. Instantly. But overall, I think that Mental Asylum have the overall advantage this game. I prefer their draft more than MU's, especially if Renekton can find good angles into team fights. All right, look at that. For anyone wondering, Lucid is up 1-0 versus ZBD, so Zingerbox Deluxe in a little bit of trouble. That is unfortunate for them. I had a great time casting them that one time. Good fun. Anyway, we're into game now, so let's sort that out. Head back onto the rift. And I need to just change these around. As we do a little dance in the top of the screen. Mental Asylum on the right this time, and Murdoch University on the left this time. Here we go. Peak production value. Unfortunate, I don't have the super cool stream that Corey so often graces us with.
Minions have spawned.
And yeah, right away that Thresh is just gonna go in. They know they have the advantage, and that is some early damage out of Kingsley onto both Ecstatic and Danny Yu. I'm just worried. I'm just genuinely worried for the bot lane of Murdoch University this game. Poke from Cadence as well too is going to be significant compared to Cloud's Orianna. Let's see, junglers starting the same way. I don't think Boosted Animal's going to do the same thing as he did last time and show on mid-wave, only to do a failed invade and then get first blood killed, first death to the... There's that level 2 popping for Cadence before Cloud. Again, just a great poke from Cadence. Got the Arcane Comment as well too. It's going to be feeling really oppressive. Hook from the Thresh just a little bit out to the left. Now, if you play Thresh, I'm pretty sure you get more Bluetooth connection successful hooks out to the left normally. I feel like that's it. I think you get some real dodgy hooks when they're to the left that sometimes connect when they shouldn't. Cloud getting a little bit back. Hook back again onto the Alistair. Oh, stun from the Gragas is going to take a turret shot to the Renekton. But Renekton's got those 2 dashes just to get away there. A lot of damage on this mid lane. Cloud just going to walk out of the ability there. No early ganks from our junglers. Not even a scuttle fight. They are just gonna both recall. Cadence, early recall as well too. Has picked up the TP. So we'll use that right at the start. Cloud's got a TP this time instead of the Ghost on Rise. So can match it. And does so right away. Gank potentially onto the Renekton, but again, the Renekton's got a couple dashes, so it's gonna be hard to lock him down. And while the Wukong was trying that, he got the scuttle just taken under his monkey face. Cloud again, just pushed back. Oh, Bell shield the hook. Just in time. Does stop the back at least. Ricochet is going to get a bit of poke out. Renekton going to teleport back in while Gragas walks up. Going to give a bit of advantage to CSAV. Cadence is pushed up a bit in lane as Cloud has to recall again. The Cull has been bought by Sivir to, get a bit more gold from the farm. Always a decent investment. And will Mental Asylum get the first Drake? They didn't get one last game. Hook does come out onto Zinc. No follow-up though. Not Quiddy, just gonna get a bit of a... Just gonna be a bit of a nuisance. Boost animal in the area. Zinc does engage, but he loses some health. Meanwhile, J4 stays very healthy. Both junglers just gonna recall. Static definitely doing... now it's no longer free level 3. Having a little bit more of a decent time in the lane. Managed to survive the earliest of early stages without getting killed. Still, a bit more damage potential from them. Casket and ultimate onto SK Knight just to push him away from the wave. The Gragas is a bit behind in CS and struggling a little bit into the Renekton matchup. Now keep in mind, CSAV did pick it knowing he was playing into Renekton. And that's the first dragon now. Over to Mental Asylum. Already a better start. Hook again onto that Alistair. I mean, some good hooks landing from Not Quiddy. It's just unfortunate that it's not really the target that you want to hook the most. And yeah, that flay's just been saved for the Alistar engage. He lands the hook onto the Alistair. This time was the target. No charged arrow coming out of Kingsley though. You can just nullify kind of the headbutt a little bit if you time it correctly. Because of course, Danny, you won't actually land the headbutt if the flay hits before the Alistar hits you. So yeah, a great pickup in response. I think the support was the final pick, so they saved that pick, and it's paying off. This time, knockup does manage to land. The flay still is going to eliminate some of the follow-up that's possible. Grubs are spawning in just a second. Both junglers not on the right side for it though. Another great hook from Coity is going to deny Danny Yu back. Retreats and tries again. Hook will be up in a few more seconds. And not Coity, he might just try to just keep being a bit of a pest. Oh, yep, there's a lantern ultimate flay. But the flash out from Danny Yu onto Kingsley might, yeah, there's a first blood over to the Sivir, but Cataclysm onto Ecstatic. Ecstatic is also, he's no more. He's gone. But still, good first blood for the Sivir. And it did, I forget, I think Varus got an assist? No, no assist for Varus. So it's just going to be an outright gold advantage right now for Ecstatic. A bit more CS from the Varus, but yeah, a couple hundred gold extra. Great follow-up from the boosted animal to help out his bot lane, otherwise that would have been really rough. Now, Coity in the mid lane, play is wide. He's got the hook, hook lands. Another great hook onto Cloud. Spiraling Despair, I think it is, onto Cloud. Is gonna get taken out. Thresh takes the kill, unfortunately. Not exactly what you're looking for. Better than nothing, but not exactly what you're looking for. And look at that, that healing out of Renekton on the Q. Ooh, casket, casket knockup from CSAV. Doesn't decide to go all in. Renekton's gonna have to recall. Not Coity is having a great game so far. He's got the Swifties on, so he's just flying around the map. Well, he's, you know, using the ocean skin, so maybe swimming around the map. And just landing hooks. Staying true to the voice line, hook, line, and sinker. From Thresh. The Varus is feeling okay, just being left in lane a little bit by himself. Which is good. Kingsley having a much better game so far compared to game 1. And there's an early 1k gold lead for Mental Asylum this time. Splash to nowhere from Alistar. Just for aura. Empowered auto does stun the Gragas, and the Q gets away all the health. But again, yeah, there's this Gragas value coming through. As CSAV is feeling great in lane now. 4-man's equalizer from Cadence, doing a good job at clearing the waves. And Mental Asylum is going to get the second dragon. Massive difference from last game, where they got 0 dragons. They're going to get the first 2 dragons this time. Wukong completes Trinity Force. Orianna grabs the Ludens. Echo, not Staff. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of the wrong item. Cadence, he's got the backup for his jungler, but does take a little bit of damage. Engage from Coity onto this Alistar again. The ult is used. and Kingsley is putting out a lot of damage, but the Iron Will is indeed iron. The Cataclysm from Boosted Animal onto Cloud, just wide from Cadence. Nope, never mind. Does hit in the end, and the Arcane Comet is going to land. Crash land onto this Orianna. Goes 0-2-0. Bell Shield on the hook again from Lockwoody. At least we know that ability was on cooldown for a couple seconds. Good question. I don't actually know if the cooldown for the Spell Shield on Sivir is longer than the cooldown for the hook on Thresh. It's going to be a Hextech Soul this time. That is always interesting. Makes the game fun. Really quickens things up because you got the Hex Gates. Travel to and from the Nexus to the jungle. And Cadence is deadly on this way so far. Ominous from the Renekton is going to get disengaged, cascaded from Gragas. Look how much vision a Mental Asylum has around that dragon pit right now. In fact, that entire river is kind of just theirs. And they're making use of it. Right now, Ecstatic is left alone there. Down at the bottom. And that one bit of vision they had is going to get removed. The root does land, and Ecstatic's going to have to flash out. Hook is going to go just wide. Spell Shield was used anyway. And the Hook and Barrier from Kingsley is also used to not die to the tower. But they're going to get a lot of plates in result of it. And Sivir's Flash was used as well too. Interesting that Sivir takes Ghost here. I mean, you can't Ghost out of a Cataclysm. But possibly to avoid some of the way damage. Boosted Animal decides that Zinc does not get the Rift Herald. The Cyclone onto Cyclone from the Wukong, try to get it out, but it does not matter. The J4 is too strong right now. Boosted Animal 2-0-2. Not Coid, he's going to be looking for the hook. Hook's flash, that was on. That was very much on. That was going to connect. Not Coid again, having a great time. Static's going to get some free time with the tower. Shouldn't be enough to take it though. Still no towers taken. Renekton's going to rotate to the bottom lane. Static Shiv is the first item for the Varus. Ominous again popped. That's a level 12 Renekton versus a level 10 Ecstatic with no flash. This Sivir is done for. Yeah, there's the dash. Doesn't connect, so has to use the flash. Doesn't get the second dash. Q just out of range, and never mind. That is not a dead Sivir. Dead Sivir. Still not enough, though, to get the Renekton out. But at least the Sivir does survive. And Renekton does have to burn the flash. That is something good for Murdoch University. But overall, it's not good as the end result. Hook does land. Does make his way out of the ultimate from the Thresh. But that's fine, because there is enough members here. Boosted Animal does have Cataclysm. It's used. Zinc is gonna go down. No more clone. Maybe Boosted Animal... Oh, misses the flash into the wall, but the turret does not do enough damage. Daniyu is here. Iron Will is iron. And that is... There's the shockwave from the Orianna. That's going to do a lot of damage. Cadence still has the ult, though. What can Cadence do? Flashes in. Flea does connect. There's the Despair. And despair indeed for Cloud, as Cloud does go down to the Renekton Q. Wide onto the Gragas. In the end, it is a 2 for 2. And, yeah. No flashes now for the side of Mental Asylum. Exit Dragons up. Both junglers are also respawned. Yep, you can see everyone's just pinging this dragon. Tower gonna get taken now for Murdoch University. Massive damage from Cadence onto Zinc. Zinc is the target here. They want this Wukong. They want to secure the dragon. Kingsley with Static Shiv and Hextech Soul is going to be an absolute menace. It's disgusting. There is going to be contests for this. Murdoch University are not going to give it up. Oh, big Cyclone from, but it's just going to go down in the end. Massive damage from Cadence. Wow. And the Renekton and Varus are going to both get a double kill apiece. The A4 is still up. Cadence goes down in the end. And that is sole point now for the side of Mental Asylum. SK Knight teleports up to the top, catches the wave, gonna get the turret. Kingsley, mid wave, gonna get the mid tower. And they're going to respond to that single turret take from Murdoch University with 2 to their own name. Gold lead explodes to 4,000. Let's look at some of this individual gold. We've got that Renekton 3-0-5, 1k up on the Gragas. Got counterpicked, but still came out on top. You know, we're playing most of these players in Australia right now, so probably a bit of a crocodile buff on that one. Even though I think the crocodile is actually Egyptian. Not quite. He might be in a little bit of danger here. A little bit of trouble. Clone is going to make the space to get onto him. Play comes out, but the Alistair headbutt and knockoff is just going to be enough to take out the Thresh. And Shutdown is going to put a bit more gold into the Wukong's pocket. Still down 1k gold on the boosted animal though. Cadence up about 2k gold. Feeling great. Good news for Sivir is that the gold is equal for the ADCs. But what's not equal is the dragon tally. That is really not equal. With Mental Asylum having 3 dragons and Murdoch University having 1. Following Despair onto the Gragas. Turret is down, so there's no fears. Cataclysm's up. Boosted Animal decides not to use it. Rift Herald is gonna... Wow, a late Rift Herald to be used. That was captured a while ago. Are they going to use that distraction in the bot lane to try to push this inner mid lane tower? Ooh, Hook about a couple inches short from the Alistair. Again, good flee onto Danny Yu. Hook has to get flashed. Rift Herald just dies. Didn't end up doing anything in the end. Flag and drag over the wall. They're choosing to be between turrets. This is definitely pushed up now. MU know they're in the bush. Yeah, they all know they're there. Kingsley's joined the group, and they're just gonna walk out. Got a bit of 5v5 in the mid lane right now. Who cares about side lanes? Big Scuttle's gonna get taken here. Look at some of the items. So yeah, we do Do have pretty even items for our ADCs. Also the Zeeks. That's normal pickup. Same with the Locket Thresh. Walkabout and Blackfire Torch for the way. Fortunately, this Oriana's still sitting on one item right now. Main difference. Same with the Wukong. A little bit behind. This Renekton should be very close to his second item though. I can't imagine he's... And I'm not very well versed on Gragas builds. So... We're going for the Roa, and is it Fimbulwinter? Maybe? He's got Grasp, so should be stacking some health. I mean, looks like he is as the game goes. Not Coity trying to find a target. We've got the Hextech Dragon up in 45 seconds right now. There's a hook on Dayu again. He's gonna ultimate to try to get out. Does headbutt SK Knight, but that's the Renekton, and Renekton's got Dominus. Cataclysm from the J4. So SK Knight's gonna go down. Flash hook onto the Alistair again. Boosted Animal goes in. Win becomes... nope, that is the J4. What am I saying? No Cataclysm available though. And, yeah. Lee Xin was left last game. I think he's gonna just have to use the clone to get out of there. But dead Alistair, dead Renekton, it should technically favor Murdoch University, but it doesn't feel like it favors Murdoch University. What it feels like is that Mental Asylum have priority for this final Hextech Dragon. Thinks here, he's got Smite. The hook lands though, great hook from Coity. Flag and drag from the boosted animal is gonna clone out though. Doesn't mean he can't again. Hook again from not Coity means he can grab the dragon for the boosted animal. Coity is having a phenomenal Thresh game. Who let him on this champ? SK Knight is back in. Teleport is coming out from the Gragas, but it's too late. The dragon's gone and Hextech Soul has already gone over to Mental Asylum. Flash in from the Wukong doesn't do much at all. And who can walk up when Cadence is on way with that much damage and that many spells, just creating so much space? Yeah, that is Hextech Soul now. Over to the side of SK Knight, boosted animal, Cadence, Kingsley, not Coity. Mental Asylum doing their best to forget about Game 1 woes. Doing their best to create good Game 2 memories. Next big objective is that Baron, currently up and alive, has been for 6 minutes. Looks like they want to engage onto the Sivir. Cataclysm comes out, and that is a dead Ecstatic. Not nearly the same game Ecstatic had last time. And with the Sivir down, that is a lot of damage gone now for Murdoch University. The Oriana is a little bit too far behind, and ends up building the Hourglass second, which really doesn't offer that much damage compared to other options. I mean, obviously gives them survivability, but I mean, what's the point of surviving when you know are kind of hitting like a wet pool noodle? And the gold lead is now up to 5k. There's still some towers up though, but it's just all the inners. Teleport from Cadence goes to his inner mid tower. Not too sure why, that was his chosen destination. Does pick up the Rabadons, so again, that artist is a very dangerous painter. You know, that paintbrush is going to be just Doing more than art. Boosted animal in the area. He's got Cataclysm and he's got Kingsley. Getting Cataclysm into charged arrows is so dangerous. Hook just a little bit wide. They're gonna push this bottom turret. Renekton is in the area. Not worried about taking damage because he can just heal it. He's got Sterix and Stridebreaker. That Sterix will just give him a lot of survivability in these fights. And look how dark the map is right now for Murdoch University. I mean, they've got their, like, topside jungle with a little bit of vision, but besides that, it's just nighttime everywhere. Inner mid turret does go down. Massive damage onto onto Dainu. And Ecstatic is not doing damage she needs to right now. I mean, good casket does split them up. And they're on 50%, some of them. It's not going to be enough, though. I mean, look at the poke that comes out from the Varus right now. He's also going to get the Zhonya's. Makes more sense for the Varus to get the Zhonya's as opposed to the Orianna. He already got a lot of damage, so if he survives longer, he can just output more of it. They're trying to get all these inner turrets taken out. First the bottom, then they group the mid, now they're grouping the top one. They do pull off in the end. Do have Elder Dragon up in a minute 20. Again, still no vision whatsoever for Murdoch University. I mean, just look at Danny Yu and Zink walking through their jungle. I mean, Alistair clears one ward, but the other one is still there. They'll be looking for a pick now so they can secure that Elder Dragon. Sivir has flashed up. Hook lands onto Gragas. That's so much damage. That is, yeah, the Gragas is gonna have to go back. Elder in 30. Full flashes and ults up for the side of both teams, except the Gragas flash had to expend it over the wall so he didn't die. And again, Mental Asylum, they've got so much vision there, got so much control over the Dragon Pit. Boost Animal picks up the GA as well. Hook again onto the Gragas, not Coity having a great time. Cataclysm onto Gragas as well too. They reckon he's dangerous. Oh, so much damage. Spiraling Despair is going to hit 3 as it explodes. SK Knight has got the dominance. He's going in. Not quite enough damage though. Does get taken out. Oh, massive damage from the Sivir. And the Gragas is going to put the J4 into his GA. Kingsley's no longer with us. That's not looking too good. It's going to be, again though, Cadence is still there. So they can't actually go anywhere with it. And Wukong did get taken out. He's going to come up 15 seconds before the J4 does though. We still don't have any vision on this Elder. It's a little bit split up. And, you know, it looked like finally for a second there Murdoch University managed to do what they wanted to do. With the Orianna Shockwave and Sivir ult and ricochets. So much damage that just did all at once. It was melting the side of oh, amazing hook again on the Zinc. Doesn't activate it until Lantern. Still no vision. I'm just gonna take the Scuttle. They're trying to take out the Alistair, or at least chunk him out a little bit. 4K is the gold lead. Can Mental Asylum secure this without flipping it? They know the Renekton's there. They have vision in that one bush, but that's as far as the vision goes for them. And yeah, they just cannot step up. They've got no way to get into this pit. 5K on the dragon. Wukong is nowhere to be seen. They're pinging Baron. Elder Dragon taken. Big casket, but there's no follow-up anyway. Activated stun from the Renekton. That's a Gragas going down. The execute too much. There's no way they can take the Baron now for Murdoch University. Hook wide. That's pinging Baron now for Mental Asylum. They want this instead. That's going to be a free Baron for Mental Asylum. There is absolutely no way. There's no front line right now for Murdoch University to contest this. And, you know, it looks like Cadence's Way starting to paint a picture of victory here for a Mental Asylum. Picks up the Void Star. And this poor Orianna still on 2 items compared to Cadence's 4 items. And it's got to be close to the Rabadons, but still not actually got the Rabadons. Renekton picking up Death's Dance. Always struggle saying that one. Again, just more survivability. And again, not Hoity is having a phenomenal Thresh game. So many great hooks. Constantly good hooks. Bit of siege now onto the base. They're going to take that bottom turret. They're going to take the bottom inhibitor. They've still got Baron buff. They've still got outer buff. Mental Asylum are going to be looking to potentially push the end here. They've got everything they need to do it. They've got all the tools. 2 hooks go wide from Hoity. Filing Despair is used. Danny goes in for the knockup, but there's no follow-up. Casket is misses everybody. 1 inhibitor turret down. They're looking for the second. Hook again wide from Hoity. Not the best finish to his Thresh game so far. Kingsley goes golden trying to avoid some damage. Cataclysm onto 2 is going to lock so many down, and that is probably going to be game. The execute's just too much. Danny and Cloud the last one to survive, and that's just one single Orianna that's already been invisible most of the game, and it's going to stay invisible now. It gets the Rabadons in the end, but that is game over, and Mental Asylum are going to tie things up. It is 1-1, and we are going to get a game 3. Mental Asylum, they are not going to go down without a fight, and they don't. They go down with a victory in the second game. Phenomenal game from the Cadence boosted animal, Kingsley, Not Hoity, and SK Knight. All 5 of them. I was going to say, you know, Cadence and Co-op with the scoreline, but to be honest, they all played such a big part in that game. But yeah, that way damage is just too much. Way too much damage out of the way. 4K gold lead as well in the end is a bit too much for Murdoch University to handle. And yeah, we're going to be getting into the third game now. All right. Game 3. Let's get the game 3 draft ready. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to type in the URL box. Here we go. And we'll just wait for the players to sort themselves out. Yeah, what a good series so far. Proving to be a close one. You love a close series. Always a good time. Let's see. Any games finishing up here? What we got going on? Yeah, it is a tight series. It is definitely a tight series. Like a couple of players just taking a quick breather. Fair enough. All right, draft is going to get started up again. Same initial bans coming through from both sides, and the teams are switching ends again. I think they just want to make me, swap the graphics around each time. That's probably it. Ooh, I think exact same bans for MA. I know it was the Senna and the Kindred. I think it might have been the Riven. I can't quite remember. And then Caitlyn, Mordecai's a ban. Normal. They don't want SK Knight on the Mordekaiser. And they do not want Boost Animal on the Nocturne. Which is fair enough. Again, I actually think I have pivoted and changed my mind. It is not a battle of mid this series. Both mids are playing pretty well. I mean, Cadence is playing phenomenal. You seem to have the better time of the two. Both games, it is a battle for the ADCs, evidently, as both games have kind of been decided by the bot lane. Well, ADC and support, because you honestly cannot leave not Koidia out of that conversation for that last game. Just way too good. They're going to give him Seraphine this time. And there's that Ashe. Was wondering when that was going to come through. Ashe Lulu, potentially here for Murdoch University. Okay. Oh, yeah, any other games finished? Let's see. Game results. Sion. Top lane. Well, probably the top lane, but you know what? It could be the mid lane. We did see we saw Faker. I mean, Faker played Sion like an hour ago in the LCK mid lane. Who knows? Maybe we're getting a bit of a imitation draft. Thinking about Callista, lands on Jhin or Kingsley. And the final first round pick. There is still obvious mid priority for these teams though. Yeah, neither mid's gonna get picked first round. I don't think that Murdoch University are gonna do it here. Probably gonna get a top laner jungle. Shen probably gonna be jungle if I had to guess. And can let you know that Coven Legion have gone through and taken a 2-0 over Millennium Falcons. Congratulations to them. Shout out to Skitsy, Grimgore, Stone Fox, LGM, Botlane J, and Fladolf. Look at that. Fladolf even got to play his Thresh game 1. Need some good Thresh plays so far this last couple weeks. Love to see it. Love to see it. Banging game 2 for them as well too. 2 and 22 on the Inara. Not, what am I saying Inara? I mean on the Leona. Pantheon, that's a new ban. Ari, still the same. Sure, the Pantheon ban will be aimed at boosted animal. They don't want him on it. It's fair. He had a great game last game. And we're going to get our final bans for both sides. There's a couple global ultimates now for Murdoch University. The Ash Arrow, the Shen ult. Stands United, is it? And the Dr. Mundo. You know, it is questionable as to whether or not the Dr. Mundo and the Shen are either top or bottom. I still think it's Shen jungle and Dr. Mundo top though, but technically could be swapped around. And a Sejuani. Alright, so there's going to be a lot of big health bars on both ends, is what I'm seeing. Could we really have 4 heart steals this game? I mean, I don't think Shen is the biggest heart steal builder, but I mean, we're definitely getting a couple of them, that's for sure. And then the Azir. So Cadence is gonna play Azir. Alright. Well, there's definitely some playmaking options on that champ for sure. Into the Mel. Azir Mel. Interesting. Interesting. Because I mean, what is the Mel reflect value on the Azir anyway? I'm trying to think. Is there even an interaction for the reflect on the Azir ultimate? Which, why am I blanking on the Azir ultimate? I should know the Azir ultimate name. That is poor effort on my end. I mean, again, I'm assuming the Mel's going mid lane, but or it looks like the top laner for MA is oh, I need to change the score again. Damn it! It's not, where are my reminders in chat to do this? Please, somebody help me. I can't do this all alone. I don't have anybody to cast with. Production's tricky, you know. Too tricky. Interesting. Well, I've been right on which team is going to get the first blood each game so far. Dire Wolves have achieved their first win. Big congratulations to Grunky and the rest of them. That will be feeling good. This was your debut for this season, oh Grunky, I think, right? After your trip. So congratulations. I'm still struggling to make sense of how this draft goes. You know, Grunky, if you want to, you're welcome to. I don't mind. I don't know how late it is for you or what you've got on tomorrow morning, but if you'd like to come in, just call me and I will answer and I will stream my preview to you. No problem at all. Of course, I'd love to have you, but there's no pressure whatsoever. All right, we still got some more games rolling in as well too. We've got MMMM versus, which is I don't know the full name for that. And you know what? Smite me if I don't, right? It's mini ma something. Again, I want to say PRFR. Is that Parafanari Rising Esport something? But the Parafanari or PRFR do take the win there on that Div 2 match. And let's see. Still just waiting on the players right now. That looks like they might finally be ready. Cool. And we are ready to get into this one. And we'll find out who is going where. That's always fun. Finally figure out that. Okay, first blood predictions though. It is Murdoch University. I'm just gonna flip-flop it. Why not? Make it alternating. I reckon the Ash Lulu maybe. You know, I feel like Ash is kind of deceptive, right? Like in those early levels. Maybe it's just me, but I always get kind of thrown off by that, like, kind of, you know, spread arrow shot that slows you down, and then suddenly she starts free firing and you can't get away. I mean, Seraphine can peel, she's got a lot of peel, but that's if it hits though. Not guaranteed to hit. And Lulu does a deceptive amount of damage as well too at times, like early on. So does Malazir. I don't think I've ever seen a Malazir matchup. Is like are the Sand Soldiers normally would that keep Azir mostly out of range, or like the artillery? And I think is it the E the circle root ability? Maybe. Ooh, we got some more results coming in. Oh, do we know the lanes yet? No, because Caden's invited me. For some reason I can only see their side of the draft right now. Annoying. That is frustrating. So I still don't know exactly. But I can tell you the Sion is not mid lane. Sion is going top. Only jungle. Yep, Cadence is there. Kingsley Jin and not Quiddy Seraphine. Ooh. Looks like Team Bulls take out Interstellar. Let me look at the schedule again. I would have predicted Interstellar, so congratulations, Team Bulls. Div 2. Okay, no, it's just more just like game updates. Okay, and we're gonna get that spectator delay just starting now. 2 minutes and 35-second countdown on its way. And then we're going to be in the final game of the Battle of the M's. Mental Asylum, Murdoch University. It's been a great series so far. I'm sure it'll continue to deliver. There you go. Well, I feel like I just got called out because I just said, you know, congratulations, Team Bulls. I would have picked Interstellar, and I think a lot of people also thought that way. And Jackson has just hit us all with all the Bulls haters because, yeah, I wasn't the only one that picked Interstellar this week. But yeah, they take it handily, 2-0. So big ups, Team Bulls. I'll put some respect on your name next time. Promise. Hopefully I get to see you play sometime as well. So we got 1 minute left on the spectator delay. Still I'm interested in this game. This should be fun. I think there'll be some matchups that we don't see too often here, so a chance to enjoy them and analyze them. $30 more seconds. And you know, my word, 30 seconds. Thank you everybody for coming along for the journey. We always appreciate everybody who takes time out of their weekend to be a part of our community in the OBL. And it's great to see some of you guys enjoying the stream. And of course, we'll be looking to keep us up and keep putting out some great games for everybody. Okay, let's move into it. Move on. Get into it. Let's get amongst it. Actually, that's probably the appropriate one. And I will need to move my things around because the players decided that they wanted to switch sides again. It's the first time I've had to do it this many times, you know? Normally I just had to do it once. Max. Not this time. Okay. Is my 1-1 off center slightly? Maybe. Okay, let's... Whoops.
Minions have spawned.
Okay. Look at that. Early sweeper from the Lulu. Not opting for the stealth ward. Gonna be a net 0 vision for either team in those bottom bushes currently. Polymorph on the Kingsley's gonna get some early damage out. Looking good for my ecstatic first blood prediction. Big Q from the Scion. Okay, interesting. So it is going to be the hello Grunky. Let me turn you up and on. All right, how we doing?
Let me know. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible for sure. Let me share my preview with you as well.
Epic. Thank you. How you going? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. But I'm doing great. I'm sure you're feeling super good as well too. Let me get my preview.
Get the preview projector a little bit stretched out. And
there we go.
5 pixels. All right.
We'll be good now. Does it look a bit better?
Yeah. I'm so excited. I can tune into Cadence game.
Oh yeah.
1-0. What have I missed?
Oh, you know. Okay, so pretty much deciding factors have been the bot lane so far. Ecstatic had a phenomenal MF game. I think went 17-1 and just carried the entire time from CC lane on Murdoch University. And then game 2, Kingsley had a much better game, and Cadence kind of carried from the mid lane as well too. Just completely outdid Cloud. And Not Quiddy had some phenomenal thresh hooks. And now here we are, game 3. Where we've got a Shen top lane and a Mundo jungle. Not how I thought it was going to be in draft.
Yeah, so the whole top side here is pretty much just all beefy boys, and I think the Sejuani enjoys that. You know, it's going to be easy to proc that passive, lots of melees to get stacked up on. And then, yeah, the Ashe and the Mel just going to be standing behind their boys. Same with the Azir. Pretty much front to back on both sides. Boosted Animal making his way into the top lane. The Shen has been looking for some aggressive trades, and it will be punished. Flash is still available for the Shen, but will go down for first blood. Over to MA.
Here we go. I have broken my streak for first blood team predictions. No longer. Yeah, looks like the Sejuani is going to get that. And Mental Asylum. They're off to another good start in the game.
Has it been a bit of an early game trend for them to be picking up these early kills?
No, it just was. It was last game.
Yep.
We've had quite a violent game so far, actually. A lot of kills all around.
That's what we like to see here in the OBL. We've been treated to some spectacular action from all the guys in Div 2. So the Div 1 guys really need to pick up the slack and send it a little bit harder.
I know, right? It's make some interesting games.
My mic. There we go. I'm back. The wires were getting twisted. I was just so hyped. Winning our first game.
Yeah, you gotta get the little magnet desk accessories to, you know, strap your mic cords down.
It is definitely not like that. Yep. There is a lot going on under my desk right now.
Pretty meta to do that right now.
Yeah. It's organic, you know? Mm-hmm. Like how trees grow, the vines find the path of least resistance, and that's kind of what my cords are doing right now.
Yep. Man, our top lane, they're just going at it, and we're gonna get some constant director cam up here. There's SK Knight and DSav are both gonna end up with pretty low health bars, but they've also both got grasp, so you know, they'll be trying to proc that and build those health bars the entire game.
Both of these champs don't mind a little bit of swang and bang, as they do a little bit of percentage damage. Obviously, the San W is a considerable amount, and then the Shen Q stacks up a little bit there. So, typically I'd say this is a Sion favored lane. You can always cancel the Sion Q with the Shen E, but I feel like you can just early proc the Sion Q if the spacing is good enough. First dragon over to Mundo, so that they're pretty fast dragon taker with those Qs. Yeah, it's kind of chilling right now. I feel like these team fights are going to be pretty damn explosive from these two teams.
Surely they're pretty drawn out as well, with the amount of sustain coming out of some of these players.
Azir and Jhin really like these team comps. You know, there's no one who's just going to appear on top of them. They have to sort of run through the soldiers, run through everything else. And there's a gank in the mid lane and a kill in the top lane. Mental Asylum, they're looking to take control all over the map, as bot lane is the next to take their turn at going in here. Looks like the Lulu is going to face tank as much as possible. The Ashe not really cutting through the Seraphine shield, as they're going to pick up one. Here comes the Shen ult. I don't think Kingsley expects this one as he flashes out of the taunt. A nice little back and forth, and he gets away from those minion auto attacks. Ooh, a little bit of sloppy play there from the University. Probably have a couple things to learn when they're trying to trade into that Seraphine.
Oh,
and the flash forward.
Drop. Oh. Not quite, he takes it.
He goes for the slide tackle and misses both of them.
Wow.
Wow.
Just even more damage. And the Jhin cancels the back as well too.
The Silence should be able to take a couple plates off of this, as there is no TP for the Shen to head back into his lane, top lane. He's going to really like this. He's going to get accelerated very quickly, and You know, double melee topside and getting that unending despair early. Oh, it's just very tasty for him.
What do you think of the... Oh, we're going to get the ult out of the
Just
Scion.
misses, but he's still going to get the charged up Q. Doesn't look like there's a reflect. It does come out late. S Knight with a really nice heads up play, running down that river to get the gank on mid. And that's something I really like about Scion, is you can affect a lot of different lanes. And we actually just saw the GOAT, Faker. He was running a Scion mid in their series against Gen G. And I don't want to say I put him onto it, but I've been playing that for about a year now.
I actually said that in draft as well too. In fact, in case anyone's wondering, I'm pretty sure T1 just won that series. Yes, they did. Like 5 minutes ago. So yeah. T1 are going to MSI off the back of Grunky's Scion mid. So you can take credit for that one. That's for sure. And on the topic of mid, I have no idea how the Azir Mal mid matchup goes.
I think if you're good at sidestepping abilities, the Azir likes it because it's a pretty slow lane. I mean, all the Mel can really do is stack a couple of abilities and go for a long trade, then execute, but the Azir can just shuffle on out of there, and he can just put a couple soldiers down, but it's hard because Azir is just a fickle champion in general. You have to be able to space really well. You have to be able to use a lot of clicks, a lot of buttons, and a lot of right clicks to deal damage. And I think Cadence is definitely the right player for that job. You know, he's a very mechanically skilled player. Even in his old age, he's able to keep up with the young ones, you know, and
the youngins.
The youngins.
Youngins indeed.
Got hands.
Boosted animal.
Sejuani's looking for a nice shuffle under the tower. Delivers this Mel straight to her doom. Back to the grey screen as this Mel is 0-3 and not enjoying this lane so far.
Yeah. Change it to the Sherman DoorDash with the delivery of that ult. Yeah, great combination. I got the Mal. I was gonna say I don't know what the Mal reflect value is really. Besides what the curtains from the Jhin, but even then it's like that's the ultimate ability, so you're not gonna be using that too much.
It's quite good against the Sejuani ult if timed
Oh,
correctly.
true.
Obviously, right there was not great, but yeah, the Mel in the situation, you don't feel too good. If they were on something like a Victor, it might have been played in the series so far, but Victor is really good in this situation right now. Into the double top lane tanks, into the Azir, he finds that lane really nice.
It's all locked in now. Not much we can do about it. Gotta see if Murdoch University can... Okay, yeah, true. Okay, fine. Yeah, Seraphine as well too. My bad. I was just thinking purely like the mid lane Mal matchup. But yes.
Yes. I mean, Mel bot is also a really good counter to
Flash out.
Fight breaking out, and they're just gonna have to tuck tail and leave. A nice Onkel catches onto one. Boosted Animal is looking for a little bit more, but Zinc is just gonna hack it up and head on out of there. Yeah, it's all happening. This Mundo is scaling quite nicely, but I don't think he's really going to be able to enjoy this game too much, especially against the Azir, you know? Creates a lot of terrain that he has to get himself around.
Yeah, no ult.
X-Knight is here. They are looking for a big engage. The fight is going on. No ult for the Mundo. He does pick up the kill onto the Seraphine. They are in the mix right now. Cadence, he is looking for a shuffle, but gets donked down by the Mel. Huge shutdown onto the Mel, and it is a smite fight. Goes over the way of Murdoch University. Here comes the Shen over the wall, just looking for something extra, but Murdoch University absolutely wiping that. They pick up the dragon and a couple kills, and gold is almost equalized.
Yeah, well, you know, I asked the question, and looks like Murdoch University were well studied for the answer. And you know what? Yeah, the Mal value maybe is good. I would like to apologize for my incorrect analysis of that one. Well, Cadence, you know, he's gonna get in on there.
Yeah, Cadence didn't manage to get the wall up in that fight. Didn't actually manage to do much at all. His positioning was a little bit too aggressive and got caught in a nice snare by the Mal. She actually caught 2 in that, and it pretty much changed the whole outlook of that fight. The Jhin wasn't able to get much damage off. The Serpent's Fang first item Jin. Not too sure about that. Might be good second item, but I think first item is, you know, gonna leave you shooting BB bullets.
Flash does have to, no, Ash has to flash, sorry, to avoid the Jin ult. And the overgrowth onto the Mundo as well too was actually crazy high value in that dragon fight. Like he just stood there and took no damage and was able to get the smite at the end because they put so much focus onto him. I thought he was done because he had no ultimate, but no, the overgrowth too good from Danny.
I think it also knocked up about 3 people as well, so crucial bit of CC in that fight.
Yes. First items now. Never
Ooh,
mind.
looking for a pick onto the Lulu. She is going awfully low. Everything is used on the Lulu though, and there is a Mundo in the mix. Can he do more? S-Knight is facing all the damage. They might be able to get a pick on this backside. Cadence is tucking tail and getting out of there. Nothing too much to it. A nice pick onto the Lulu. I felt like the positioning was quite egregious there, but this Mundo isn't quite done. Looking for some stuff. The 2 tanks chilling out in this bush. Just going to take away this red buff. And yeah, the pendulum swings.
So it does. If anything follows the pattern from the last 2 games, game 1, Murdoch University got all the dragons. Game 2, Mental Asylum got all the dragons. And so far, Murdoch University have got all the dragons. So, yeah. Flash in from Not Coity, trying to get onto Ecstatic. The root overgrowth does come out, but it doesn't matter because Dejuani's here, and that is curtains being pulled. Yep.
Damn, that was a nice little trade bot lane, nice little dive. Shows the power of that Sejuani. There's the Mundo in the top lane. Just gonna soak up some waves on behalf of his Shin. Yeah, I feel like this the university side really need to get their bot lane activated as they're not feeling too strong at this point. Oh, a nice taunt in. Are they going to be able to pick up this kill onto the Seraphine? It is going to be a quick singing girl running away from a ninja. And they
You know what I mean about the amount of kills in this series particularly? It's hard to get a word in, you know?
Yeah, 1 kill per minute. It's pretty nice, and both of these teams are fighting for their top 8 spot. Not guaranteed, I don't think, but it definitely helps if they can get through this one.
Yes, they will want that because going 3-2 feels a lot better than 2-3.
That is true, I can't argue with that.
Gonna get a Chemtech Drake this time, and there is, you know, a lot of value for a Chemtech Drake.
Yeah, that, I mean, both the Shen,
Yeah.
the Mundo, the Scion, and the Sejuani would all love a bit of a Chemtech Drake, as it will make them nigh unkillable. It's it's been quite a cool comeback story from Murdoch University. I think a lot of people wrote a bug, just like the bug on your wall.
That does not exist. A bug-free household.
The bug-free household.
Yeah.
So always a lot going on Jacob's side of the world, wherever he lives. There's always something going on either outside his window or inside his home.
Just because Melbourne's got the entire population of New Zealand, you know?
There's always some kind of military coup happening inside of Melbourne relative to his apartment. A fight is breaking out though. I digress as the Shen taunts straight onto the Sun. Sun is getting quite low. He is looking for an angle onto the Mel. The Mel gets knocked up. A nice polymorph interrupts that charge up, and now there is a big boy in the mix. This Mundo is running straight in. A nice shuffle puts them back in here, but the Mundo hasn't died yet, and the Shen is wailing away on this Jin in the backline as the Ashe is shooting a million arrows into the back of this big Scion. The undead Scion zombie is going to run them down, but a nice start of a fight by Murdoch University, and this Mundo is not done, and he's taking out the whole entire backline. Sorry, Cadence, you're not long for this world as Murdoch University are back on the board, and they're taking over in these team fights.
He went where he pleased. He came, he saw, he conquered, and he takes the 3rd dragon. That's a long fight, and I mean, it did take a while for someone to die first, and it was not Coity on the Seraphine. In the end, yes, Cadence and team does go down. And Murdoch University are going to go 3 dragons up.
Great team fighting. It feels like they almost overplaying their hand on the side of Mental Asylum. Not using the Jhin to sort of duck in and out. That Scion was just straight in the mix, and so was the Sejuani, and kind of just got melted.
Yeah, I mean, how does the Jhin play into a Mundo and a Shen, you know? Feels difficult.
Feels terrible. Subas is looking for a way out of this party in the top lane, but unfortunately he is in the middle of a casting couch, and there are 3 big men on top of him. Shutdown goes over to Cadence, but here comes the Mundo. He is looking for a little bit of gold in his pocket. Right now he is very fed, but unfortunately that shutdown will not go avenged by the side of Murdoch University, as Cadence is probably the last person you want gold on, especially in this late game. Azir late game is a menace.
I would love for this game to go late game. I think it'll be super entertaining.
They are looking for a steal. The Sejuani barely gets away with missing that one out, as the Zeeks is popped, slowing down this Mundo. A nice encore catches onto the Lulu, and Mental Asylum have a nice flank set up here, but the tanks are just on the backline. This Jhin cannot run fast enough away from the purple man full of steroids, and the Ashe is firing away on the backline. Just whenever Mental Asylum have a great angle to try and work something, they're just getting shut down by this Mundo, who is an absolute nightmare to deal with.
An absolute nightmare indeed, as they do pick up the final kill onto that Scion. Yeah, 4-0-7. A lot of kill participation. In fact, you know, great kill participation all around for the side of Murdoch University.
I mean, they were kind of worse off in lane. Like, most of the lanes were losing. And then, as soon as they started team fighting, they just looked completely different. They were firing on all cylinders. Their communication was obviously on point, focusing down the right targets. And you look at this, the Jhin is just trying to piece together what he can. The Infinity Edge is up next, but raw dogging an Infinity Edge is very unhelpful.
It most definitely is. And I'm just not too sure what is the answer for Mental Asylum. How are they you know, they can't keep 5v5ing this because they're gonna get frontline too much by the Mundo and the Shen. But then how do they even pick when you've got Stands United coming in from the Shen when it's up?
Exactly, and these tanks, you know, the Shen and the Mundo, do a lot of percentage damage, so they win out on the frontline battle. You know, if it's these 2 tanks hitting each other, they're always going to win against the Scion and the Sejuani. And that's why typically Sejuani is paired with like more of an aggressive top laner, you know, the Yone or something like that. As having a Sejuani and a Scion, or like and a Shen for that matter, is just it's just putting yourself in a huge draft disadvantage in that top side.
The Mundo farming CS difference is crazy as well too. 50, just so much.
I think Mental Asylum's win condition here is Cadence with a Rylai's, a Rabadon's, and maybe a Void Staff.
Yeah,
that is all
something
I can
like
really
that.
see right now.
Yeah.
This Lulu is going to ride into the turret. This might be a one-way trip, as she is going to be facing the Sound. TP is coming in. I do honestly respect the cojones from this Lulu. Oh, but the curtain's going out. It's all going wrong for the
Jhin
Lulu.
ult
Genji
to the-
into the blast code. No, they use all of it.
But it goes to the Seraphine!
Danny Yo is just a person on a mission right now. Doesn't mind being the one to fall down, but it is 25 seconds on this dragon. They might need to try and stall it out because they definitely need this Lulu to keep the Mundo alive.
Yeah, I think Mundo's he's gonna have a decent chance of staying alive anyway, but yeah, not having the overgrowth is gonna be a little bit rough.
Rani looking for an angle onto the Mundo. Are they going to commit a lot of CDs onto this big purple man? No, he pops his W, he pops his ult, and wow, he just takes no damage, and this Mel is being able to trade back perfectly fine. And what they've done there is buy enough time for the Lulu to show back up. They're almost going to one-hit this backline as the Mel ult just absolutely annihilates the Seraphine on the backline. The Shin is being a ninja, and he's running onto this backline. Cadence hasn't even used the soldiers yet, and he's in a little funnel. I don't think he's going to be able to use it as he is out of mana. Boosted Animal has been sent back to the zoo as they are looking for a dive onto Cadence. Nope, they're going to back out of this and just go for the Chemtech Soul. Wow. This is probably the soul you don't want to be versing.
23-minute Chemtech Soul for the side of Murdoch University when they have a Shen and they have a Lulu and they have a Mundo. That is
very unfortunate.
It's a lot of chemicals, you know. The steroids are now extra enhanced for the Mundo.
Yeah, he's got a big old syringe. Just popped straight into a nice vein, and he is currently full of it, you know? Full of the testosterone, full of whatever other Zorn Chemtech chemicals you can put in that big fella.
Yeah, straight up Zorn looks maxing right now.
What I respect is he's gone default skin. You know, usually you see a lot of Mundos going for the corporate Mundo.
Yeah.
But he's just going straight, lore accurate, steroid abuser.
He's letting his playstyle do the business.
Yeah.
He's talking with the cleaver.
There is a pretty sick bodybuilder Mundo skin, which I think is underutilized as well. I think that's a pretty badass skin. I think Mundo has heaps of great skins. It's just that everyone loves the corporate Mundo skin.
Yeah.
The curtains are being pulled. The Ash is going to sneak out of this one, but they might be able to... Wrong way on that. Oh, maybe the right way. Actually... Oh, there's a huge shield. Will they be able to crack it? Oh, the Lulu does go down. A nice encore hits onto both. This Shin is in the back line, though. He is running, and he's coming to the fight. The Mundo is just running forward. There is absolutely nothing they can do to this big fella. They're looking for Cadence. Cadence is looking for the Ash. He gets a shutdown onto that. That is huge for the side of Mental Asylum, but this Jin is running. But can he run fast enough as this Mundo is trekking him down? He's juking the wrong way. He's looking for the blast code. Can he get to it? He's still stuck in the alcove, and both sides gonna get shut down. Oh, this is a bad Jin game. Unfortunately, these two big fellas do not care at all. And on top of that, Cadence just doesn't do enough damage to them yet.
Yeah, not quite enough. As you said, it is a good shutdown. I'm not too sure if it's gonna make that much of a difference yet.
Teleport invested from S9. They might be looking to contest this one. It is going to go awfully low. Boosted Animal is missing his chance to steal. And Zinc picks that one up with ease. And they're going to chase down. Oh, they are going to pick up a kill onto this Lulu yet again. The sacrificial lamb over and over being feasted on. Boosted Animal trying to find a nice cheeky escape here. But damn, Cloud is godlike. Went from 0-3 to 7-3. What a comeback from this player.
Yeah. So because I said... you know, it makes no sense in the draft, and then this happens. Well, this is why I don't coach Div 1 teams, obviously.
Do you coach Div 2 teams?
I also don't think I should do that, to be honest.
When are we seeing Jacob's Div 2?
Well, I can't play because you know I'm too locked in trying to cast this stuff. So maybe I have to switch to coaching. If anyone wants to lose, you know, let me know. I can help them with it.
Okay, regardless of player, regardless of champ pool, what would be your dream team comp?
My dream team comp. Dream team comp is... Oh, that's actually... You know, I don't even know. Let's just go... Aatrox top, Fiddlesticks jungle, Pantheon, no, Aurelion Soul mid, ADC. I don't even like ADCs. Mel ADC, sure. I'll be converted up to this and Thresh support.
Ooh. The turret is put up by Cadence, but it's just absolutely whacked down straight away. The Shuriman architecture is not very strong in this one.
No, they forgot to actually get a civil engineer to help that. It's just, you know, they poured the concrete with no rebar.
He is a bird, you know, so would he be making this tower out of sticks and twigs and random objects? He finds. Probably what happened there is it wasn't really strong. The curtain call is out. This might be a good way to get this Mundo dead. As they do find the Ashe, a really nice team fight is being started, but this Mundo is still just an absolute menace. Cadence flicks him away, and they get a nice double knockup onto the backline. But this Mel is doing so much damage, cuts down the Seraphine. It is a 1-for-1 at the moment, but here's the Mundo flashing over. He does not care, and he is coming for the hearts and souls of Mental Asylum. They're just running it down.
Why is the Mundo full health? He's just full health. What can they do? Nothing they can do. Oh my gosh, that is actually crazy.
Kingsley and Boosted Animal have a big task ahead of them, but they just get bopped. They step too far forward, and Cadence and his group of merry men have fallen yet again. Unfortunately, they are going to be seeing grey screens, and they are moving to the lower side of the bracket as the miracle run for Murdoch University continues.
Yep, Murdoch University are going to take that, and they're going to take it 2-1. They do finish out the series in the end, and yeah, they take the dub. Yeah.
They take the dub.
Mundo with the most damage.
Yeah, I'm not
Crazy.
surprised. He was throwing that thing out there.
Not a single death. Just that was a disgusting Mundo game. Like, just actually was. Disgusting to watch.
Such good value, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely an underrated champ.
Yeah, you know, you don't actually see it picked in the jungle too much right now. But obviously, Zinc still showing us that it has got heaps of value and should be considered.
Should be considered.
Well, I think that's GG's. Yep, that's it, Grunky. Thank you so much for coming on and joining me for the last deciding game of the series.
It was an exciting one at that. You know, I thought Mental Asylum had the edge in the early game. You know, they were about 7 kills to 1, and they were just taking over. But it was those dragon fights, and Murdoch University set up perfectly for them and just kind of outhands them, especially in those team fights.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. There was great early game for Mental Asylum, but it did not translate to the mid game that they needed. And the Chemtech Drake, I think, was just too strong. Like, yeah, the Chemtech Soul was way too much to overcome. Despite they even had like good moments as well too, where they did position really well towards the end of that game, but it didn't matter because it couldn't overcome what had already been put in place by the Chemtech Soul. Unfortunate.
Yeah, it was a scrappy game, and unfortunately, they did not come out on the good end. I think that Mundo was just too much of an issue to deal with in this one. Also, obviously, shout out to the Mel and the Shen doing heaps of work.
Yeah, that did a lot of work as well too.
Too easy. Well, I'll let you bask in the glory of that game and enjoy also the good emotions of you winning the football today.
Yeah, exactly. You know, hopefully New Zealand can come out with just as an unexpected outcome. Or should be good. Yes, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weeks. Go Socceroos and the is it the black something for football? for New Zealand football?
White.
White?
All whites.
All whites. And all whites as well too. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thanks for tuning in and enjoying the stream with us.
Yeah. See you later.